Thanks for coming to my party. Now it's just finishing up the decorations a little bit. You like them? I'm so glad. I know, right? It's never too early for Halloween decorations. I feel about Halloween like other people feel about Christmas. What about you? I knew you'd understand. Okay, so, oh, the candle I just lit? They are these right here. It smells lovely, I know. They are quite nice. I like the scent a lot. I feel like, I'll open from this side. They remind me a little bit of, there's patchouli in there definitely. But also, I kind of smell cocoa as well, and vanilla. And something dark, something kind of muddy smelling, which is really nice. It smells like it has an undertone of graveyard, if you know what I mean. Okay. I love these. These were gifted to me actually. And I still have them and I love to use them. Would you like something to drink? Yeah. I got these sodas that I've been wanting to try. I know. This one time I just ordered a bunch of different ones to try. It's kind of lemonade. Mango lemonade. I already had the rhubarb one. Not a big fan, do not recommend. Do you want to try and see how this one plays out? Right, I'll be right back. Now we're talking. I'll open this up for you. I've never used these before. I don't normally open glass bottles with those thingies. I'm not a beer drinker. And my preferred drink, which is iced tea, usually comes in plastic bottles or cans, which are far easier to open, but I'll manage. No, it'll be okay, I promise. It's okay, you don't have to feel bad for me just because I'm so inept at opening bottles. No, wait, I almost got it. Fine. Wait, we got this. Nope. Yes! Oh god, it smells amazing here. Do you smell that? It smells so much like mango. We like mangoes. Where are these mangoes? Here, take this one. Now let's do the same with mine, huh? I'll get the hang of it eventually. I'm very well on my way to setting a record for how long it can take somebody to open a damn bottle. Ha, wait. I did it. It smells so good. There, you are dismissed. Useful little pocket knife slash nail clipper. Ooh. It's bubbling like crazy. Wow. Like a magic. There. I'm all in the mood now. Let's get this party started. Wow, it tastes like candy. It tastes like a specific kind of candy that I've had. I don't have them here right now, but I do have snacks, so I got some Honey Nut Chex Mix, and I also got some potato chips. They're a really interesting flavor, try one. I like these a lot. They're good, aren't they? Yeah. Very spicy too. I was gifted these. I quite like the flavor. I think if it had a more pronounced chicken flavor, it would be perfect. So, I'm gonna put this next to you. Please help yourself to any of these snacks at any time, okay? So, how have you been since the last time I saw you? Whoa. Sounds like you got quite a few stories to tell then. Oh, that's okay too, I understand. Don't want to be thinking about all that stressful stuff at a party. This is like the best mug I've ever owned. I know. Yeah, at work I like surprising people with this. Just sitting at my desk, just casually sipping my coffee out of this mug, like, you know, it's just my kind of humor. It's so casual that it's quite funny. It's kind of elephant in the room kind of humor. It's like, oh, that's interesting. This is a mug, and she looks bored at work, sipping her coffee. I suppose trying to explain doesn't make it any funnier, no. I do have the book you requested. The one from last time. You liked it so much, so I thought I could read some more astrology sex stuff out loud for you. I quite like it. It's entertaining, if nothing else. And I had a little peek, so some of the stuff in there is actually really funny. I'm going to like this a lot. Let me just get comfy here. Dun, dun, dun. So, which sign would you like to read today? We were at Aries last time. Chapter 2 is Leo. It's actually sorted by elements and not in the birth order. Leo is the fixed fire sign. Excited for it? Well, to make yourself comfortable with your drink and all the snacks, and you can have a really chill time. Where are these mangoes? Okay. Chapter 2, Leo. The second fire sign of the zodiac, Leo is one of the powerhouse signs. His personality is outsized and generous, and he roars with delight at all sexual activity. He is king of the jungle and finds safaris, i.e. prowling for lovers, intriguing, whether on city streets or in the countryside. The ruling planet of Leo is the sun, which caresses us all, and there is no happier sign than Leo when his sexual heat burns as brightly as the sun. Aww. That's so cute. You don't happen to know any Leos, do you? I've read those things 100 times more entertaining when you actually know somebody with that sign. I know somebody with a moon in Leo, and my ex had her ascendant in Leo and her moon in Virgo, which was not a good combination at all, but I like picturing the people I know when reading these. Good to know I'm not alone on that one. Oh, I really appreciate we have so many hobbies in common. The dramatist. That's a Leo. Leo is like a lion in terms of protecting his territory and ruling over his subjects, and he hopes no one notices his soft spot, insecurity. Aww. He can feel very diminished if he is not receiving enough attention, and he works hard to stay in the spotlight. The Greek myth of Phaedon is interesting for Leos both in and out of bed. Phaedon wanted to drive the chariot of his father, the sun. His father refused him because the job was too difficult for an inexperienced boy, but Phaedon insisted. He drove too close to the sun, scorched the land and himself, and was quickly killed by Zeus's thunderbolt. Mature Leo knows how to share his solar energy sexually. Immature Leo burns up and agitates for attention and can thoroughly turn off any prospective sun maidens. So I knew this one guy once. I'm not sure what zodiac sign he was, but I could swear he was at least a third Leo. Like, he had Leo in one of his 3 main signs, which are Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Just because of how he acted, his ego also needed lots of stroking. He made himself look generous all the time, though he was quite a stingy person. It was more a kind of manipulative generosity, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it was quite blatant that he was trying to what's the word? Compensate. He was trying to compensate for an insecurity. And I don't know, it was like he was the center of the universe. He was, I think, the only boy. He was from a Turkish family, so that kind of made him special. And he acted like it too. He always invited himself to all the events. When I was just getting to know my ex, I was tutoring her in English because she said she wanted to learn, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome. I can come too, right?" I don't know. He was after one or the other of us, but it was quite inappropriate, all the stuff he did. And the way he behaved. And it's just meh. That one time though, I set everything up for a nice tutoring session. I brought snacks out and stuff and prepared tea, and I still had my dog at the time, right? And my dog was a big fucking macho. He was like yay big. Well, he was a big fucking macho is what he was. And so was the guy. And my dog would pretty much not accept people in the house ever. So when he got up to go to the bathroom, my dog jumped up, and this almighty, like, center of attention, all tough guy was just walking backwards, trying to avoid a dog this size. So that was fantastic. It was pretty priceless. That's okay. I'll clean up afterwards. Essential. Shower Leah with compliments, and you will not have to do anything else to lead her to the bedroom. Like, you know, this is one of those things again that I feel like would work for anybody. Giving me compliments would work pretty okay. Not saying that you wouldn't have to do anything else, but it's always appreciated, you know. It's a delicious chip flavor. Big loves, big desires, and big affection are the dramatic strokes that lead Leo in the sexual arena. She likes to feel in command of her stage and plays many roles with her lovers. If you have a favorite romantic sex scenario, then Leo is the lover for you. Playing king/queen and loyal subject would be a favorite with many encores. Some Leos can be very exhibitionistic and enjoy sex in less than private spaces. I approve. That candle is good, isn't it? It's a delicious Halloweeny scent. Leo's generosity is real, and it truly gives him pleasure to bring you pleasure. At first he may focus only on his own pleasure, but Leo is a hospitable sign and will not want his lover to leave unsatisfied or unhappy. Leo will also be dramatic when he's dissatisfied. He may only hint about it to you, but if you don't pick up the hints, there will not be a repeat engagement. Don't pick up. But if you don't pick up on the hints, that way around, there will not be a repeat engagement of lovemaking. Leo is writing his own play and needs lovers who are willing to be both a character and an audience. Follow the leader is his preferred style, but he may play at following sometimes. Aww. I don't know, everything I read here about Leos just makes me aww. What turns Leo on and off? Leo is turned on by attention. Undivided, direct, and unwavering. Don't take phone calls when you are with her. Eliminate interruptions in the bedroom and maintain eye contact during intimate moments. Leo likes to see as well as feel. Leo is also turned on by the drama of the entire sexual experience. She doesn't like to compartmentalize. First do this, next that, and then finish up with such and such. Leo's passion leads and dictates whether there are kisses all over the body and then you get together. Or maybe the feeling is so strong that there are no preliminaries and you go for the gold immediately. Every time you get physical, there will be a different springboard to sex. A major turn-on for Leo is being with someone who is generous. If you're the stingy type, hide it if you want to score with a Leo. A Leo leaves big tips, whether or not he is wealthy. Being free with money makes him feel good and powerful. Leo also prefers a glamorous lifestyle with flashy clothes and top-notch accessories. He requires a lover who can rise to any social occasion. Half of Leo's seduction strategy is scooping up the belle of the ball and then showing her how life can be even better with a Leo. It sounds like I'm advertising for Leos as I'm reading this. Oh yeah. Here's an extra bit of trivia. Leo's hair may be her prized possession. Stroke it, brush it, caress it, buy grooming products for it. And watch out if she says it is a bad hair day. Then the whole day and perhaps night will not be happy. She will either need sex to console her or be in such a funk that nothing but ice cream will help. I relate to that a lot. Do you find you do as well? I'm not a major Leo. I have some planets in Leo, I guess. But here is important to me. do not wake up like this. I know, bad hair days can just ruin your mood for the rest of the day or until you fix your hair. Especially when you take the time to do your hair and then you go outside and it starts raining. Or it's even slightly humid and your head just puffs up like that. I knew you'd understand. Yeah. Wavy hair problems. Turn-offs are people who are half-hearted and don't approach life and sex with their all. So like Aquarius. Leo doesn't mind if a few things don't work out, but reticence and wimpiness frustrate her and snuff out her enthusiasm. Leo doesn't like to supply all the energy or coax someone into having a good time. She will and can lead, but her lover must be a worthy follower. Leo loves images and is very status conscious. She may fall for someone who suits her image of a good lover and be disappointed when he falls short of expectations. The packaging can be more important than the contents, but Leo still demands good and fashionable packaging. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Would you agree? So yummy. Leo's strengths and specialities. I wonder what those are. Leo's greatest strength may be his daring with all sexual encounters. Whichever way the passion leads, he will go there. Innately, Leo is not particularly kinky, and he will eschew slave master scenarios. So no Scorpio for Leo. He knows that he is the leader and does not need to roleplay. He is athletic and very responsive to temperature. He tends to run hot and will enjoy lovemaking in the heat. It's all fire to him. Daring for Leo means having sex in public places, teasing, and casting meaningful glances in inappropriate settings. The last two of which may lead both people to hide for a bit with lots of seductive moves and suggestions before getting down to it. That sounds like a good time to me. Although Leo usually likes a glamorous lover and is very impressed by exciting worldly accomplishments, he will take a chance on a diamond in the rough if his libido is piqued. Also, Leo enjoys lovers that are younger than he is. The guiding and educating role is a natural one for him in all areas of life, and when pleasure is involved, he naturally gravitates to leading the way. Of course, who could teach pleasure better than Leo? The area of the body ruled by Leo is the heart, and for Leo, this means ardor and passion that is not phony. The sign believes in truth of expression. Lovemaking, no matter how long the affair lasts, comes from the heart. Leo will be petulant and wounded if you doubt her sincerity. She will also not cotton to a partner who is superficial. Playing games is delightful for Leo, but they must be backed up by feeling and intensity. Intensity is good, we like intensity. An extra piece of trivia. All citrus scents, such as lemon, lemon verbena, and orange are major turn-ons for Leo. Couple these scents with red, yellow, and orange decor, and he will inflame the lion's passion. Leo, lion. Makes sense. Well, I'm partial to red and orange, so. Leo's weaknesses and foibles. Leo holds tension in her back, and if she is worried or not sure that the affair is going to work out, she will feel stiffness there. Massage or a little bit of dirty dancing, just to make things dramatic, will limber her up. Leo does not require romance as Libra does, but it won't hurt. The greatest weakness in Leo's sexual character is the tendency to monopolize his lover's attention. He wants to receive pleasure and the complete attention of his partner. He is generous and will want you to feel satisfied also, but if he doesn't feel your approval and applause 100% for the magnificent experience he has just given you, he will deflate, pout, and be very testy. Aww. Leo is never overtly angry, but his pride is formidable, and anything that affects performance will undoubtedly be your fault. That's like living with a Virgo. Lots of ego stroking is needed there. After some time and experience together, Leo will turn off the roaring pride and begin to trust. But like the lions who circle each other, vying for the lioness's attention, Leo wants to know for his encounter that he is your one and only. For all Leo's exhibitionist tendencies, Leo lovers can be very self-conscious, especially if she has worries about her looks or body type. It will take a long time for her to uncover what she doesn't like about herself. Sexually, it may not affect her performance, but as a mark of intimacy, it might take her a while to get comfortable. Even with some self-consciousness, Leo is very honest about how the orgasm experience turns out. She won't criticize you or feel diminished if things weren't so hot, because there will always be another chance, and it could be that very night. Fact: Leo men like to wear jewelry such as cufflinks, tie tacks, gold bracelets, and perhaps a gold chain. He might also wear an earring. Just one. Make sure the jewelry is gold. Leos do not care for silver or even platinum. If you want to please him, consider giving any of these gifts. Leos clearly have no taste in jewelry. Silver is the way to go. Shiny, shiny sun. Yeah. Here it explains the Leo man and woman. And then it moves into the matches. Oh, and then it goes into the sex planets Mars and Venus. All Leo themed, of course. Are you liking this chapter so far? I'm glad. I do find it quite entertaining myself. Especially reading all of it in a sexy voice. Oh, well, yes, I am in a good mood. However, could you tell? Oh. These are also quite good. They taste like my dad's favorite cereal. My dad used to always eat this honey nut cereal back when my family still lived together. And it tastes just like this. So yummy. I like these mixes pretty good. I think this one is my second favorite. My all-time favorite, though, is the bold blend. Can't go wrong with onion and garlic and Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, the one that no one can ever pronounce. So good. Try some. They're so yummy. Can't wait to move and live in a country where these are available everywhere. And everything else that I like. And chocolate chips come in like bags sold by the pound and not in ridiculous tiny little packets. So, would you like to hear about the Leo man? Which will be interesting. Leo is a masculine sign and usually very virile. The men are good looking and sexy because they're caring, protective people. Yeah. A Leo man has a courtly deference to his lady. He is gallant and only sorry that today's fashion do not include swirling cloaks and a plumed hat for him to doff in front of women. The gesture is all important with Leo man. As a lover, he will want his lady to look good and be very self-possessed. He is not interested in weepy emotions and sentimentality. So no Pisces. All that water puts out his fire, and he mistrusts it. Yeah, I can confirm. My ex, who was a Leo ascendant, mistrusts emotions and outbursts of such, and especially tears. They can't stand tears. Like, if you're a Leo, don't go date a Cancer. Because Cancer starts crying and Leo nopes right the hell on out. And that doesn't last very long. Leo man is playful, and if he starts jumping on the bed and bouncing you along with him, he wants you to play too. Once you're both reclining, Leo will lavish attention on all parts of his lover's body. This undertaking will be accompanied with appreciative smacking noises and lots of fun. When approaching sensitive areas, he will appreciate knowing that he has found the right spot. Try moans and purrs rather than words. Leo understands nonverbal satisfaction very well. Purrs, you say? Oh, humans can purr? Well, sort of. You have to kind of be part cat to be able to do that. And then you just kind of go like... yeah. I worked with a girl at the salon before who was a lot better at it than I, but still valid effort. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. Leo has a big ego and needs attention. He wants to know he's the best. And if you throw in numerous compliments about the size, elegance, and beauty of his penis, you will bring out the best in him. I mean, I love giving compliments. Yep. The Leo woman. Leo women can be a prima donna and very seductive and choosy about her lovers. She will check and then check again to make sure that connecting with a certain guy will enhance her image. This is not a mental process, but instinct. Leo ladies do not want anyone with less verve than they have. The women are ballsy but smart enough to know how to moderate their aggression when out on a date. This means that she wants her man to be macho. She doesn't mind sensitivity and she doesn't mind vulnerability. But if he makes the first move, then he pays for the date. She will return the invitation and be happy to treat, but don't try splitting the bill. It smacks of the ordinary for Leo, and she hates that. Essential, Leo ladies are very concerned with their appearance and dress for delight and seduction. I know somebody who fits the bill. They are usually very good looking and like emphasizing their breasts and bottom, which they work hard to keep firm and appealing. Their style is flashy, and they love wearing jewelry. In the bedroom, watch the contented Leo lady become a purring kitten. Meow. If she is really turned on, she becomes a wildcat. scratching and biting, slightly out of control. She is passionate, and if she finds a match, she will let it all hang out. She may not be as experimental in bed as other signs, but the quality of her sexual expression and what she generously offers to her lover more than make up for the lack of any strange experimenting. Sounds good, huh? I mean, I've never had sex with a Leo lady, but that sounds like a nice time to me. Setting the scene. With a hibiscus flower behind one ear and basking in a warm sunny place, Leo prowls for the perfect spot for sex. A hibiscus flower is funny actually, because hibiscus is the plant for women. It's when ingested in one form or another, it gets you back in touch with your female instincts. And it aids feminine expression and sexuality. It can also help to uncover repressed sexuality for women. A lot of people suffer from that nowadays. Yep. Oh, I could sing a song about that, but I'm not going to. Okay. It could be outdoors, indoors in a luxurious room, in the back of a swank limousine, or the corner office on the 24th floor with the perfect view. Whenever Leo gets together, the setting must be posh and luxe as possible. Orange water on the sheets, or a tryst in the private patio hammock will encourage Leo's passion. Leo is athletic enough to manage sex on any kind of furniture. Light the lamp, open the blinds, or at night have lots of candles. Leo likes to see the beauty and pleasure that await. I know somebody who fits the bill perfectly. If your private date follows going out and being seen by friends and people who admire you, it will add zest to the sex. Okay, that's got to just apply to everybody. Itchy nose. Like, just imagine having hot, passionate sex when you know you're going out afterwards and meeting other people. It makes you feel super cheeky, and that's a turn on. Like, it feels like you know something they don't know, that they can kind of see, so they can kind of guess, but no one talks about it. It's just kind of left open in the air a little bit. Okay. Leos love jewelry, especially big, flashy stones. They can be faux or real, but they have to be noticeable to really rate with Leo. giving jewelry as gifts will ensure that the Leo sparkle will bring greater delights. That was a side note. The first move for Leo is loving the mane. With a few well-chosen compliments, followed by brushing and caressing here, you may not need much more to invite hot and enjoyable sex. The early morning and late night are both prime times for Leo. Start lying side by side, and then let the Leo man dominate. Leo ladies are kittens in bed and expect the first move to come from their lover. Wherever you are, have 2 robes available. One robe monogrammed with the Superman logo, and one with the Wonder Woman logo. There's no doubt that these robes will encourage the famous Leo ego to be at its best. Enjoy. It says that right here. I didn't make this up. Okay. Now it's into the sexy matches. Thinking of somebody in particular? Well, this will be interesting either way, but still. The hot and not so hot combinations. Attention, all Leos. Because they like attention, but when you want their attention, you have to ask for it. If one of the not so hot combos has caught your fancy, don't despair. Your passion, ardor, and fire may very well transform a relationship that classically is not hot into an experience that knocks your socks off. They're doing it right. See, they're stroking the Leo's ego right in the disclaimer. Okay. Now I have a hair in my nose. Always happens to me. My cat's been dead for half a year. I still pull cat hair out of my eye every single night. Yeah, Leo and Aries. No energy problems here. It's a combination of fire and fire, with Leo star, the sun, heating up Mars. These 2 signs of equal physical force love to challenge each other and can hold their own in any kind of sexual contest. They don't waste time on tedious preliminaries when passion calls. Leo will want more seduction than Aries and will be a little less impulsive, but together these 2 have a fine basis for a relationship. Emphasize athletic positions and encounters. Leo and Taurus. Astrologically, this combination is considered challenging. Leo and Taurus are both fixed signs, enormously willful and very strong. If they spark each other's interest, they can have a dynamic time in bed. The operative word is if. Leo's fire needs more oomph and pizzazz than Taurus's earthy nature usually has to give. Leo offers fireworks and exciting scenarios, and Taurus, naked sensuality. Oh god, my nose is starting to itch real bad. Maybe I should tone down the sexy voice. Maybe that'll make it stop. Okay. One night at a party with a good deal of sangria, may make this combo rock. In the cold dawn, Leo will chalk one up to experience and move on. Aww. Way to make feel Taurus unappreciated. Leo and Gemini. Fire and air and a lot of laughs are shared between these two signs. The sex can be adventurous, with lots of oral stimulation, which Leo loves. A Gemini woman will happily serve a Leo man, and that keeps Leo interested and rapturous. Leo man or woman likes a willing subject, but Gemini man or woman is not always dependable, and this may put Leo in a snit. This combo may easily restore their good humor and proceed to more pleasurable communication. Essential. A great aphrodisiac for your Leo is champagne and caviar. It may not be the actual food, but the lifestyle these luxuries represent that gets her panting. Caviar isn't bad. It's not the best type of food. I like mine fresh, and I never bothered to ask what kind of fish they've caught, but my family, a lot of my uncles like to go fishing, and sometimes they will catch pregnant fish. Sorry about the lack of technical terms. I'm not an angler. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you take out the eggs, the fish eggs, and they're still inside of the tissue and all, and you fry them with oil and you put salt on it, that is so delicious. It's my favorite part of the fish. It's like I never even had any of the fish because I used to not like it very much, but that was the good stuff. Yep, it was. Do recommend if you have the chance to try. This is good. Oh, but before you fry it in oil, make sure you like flour it and stuff. Yeah, it makes the outside all crispy, but tastes really nice. It doesn't taste as fishy as you would think, but just makes for a great snack. That and chicken skin. Hey, do you want to order takeout? Maybe later? Okay. Yeah, takeout sounds good. All the talk about fish has made me hungry for sushi. Oh, there it is. There's the cat hair. I found it. Ha! I got it! Did you see this? I got the cat hair. You will not disturb me anymore. Right as I say that, I feel another one. Yeah. You never get used to cat hair on your nose. Okay. Now I swear this is just lemonade. See? No alcohol. No. It's vegan and gluten-free. I wouldn't expect lemonade to not be vegan and gluten-free. So I don't know where it says it on the label. Like, other than cream soda, I don't know, which part of lemonade is normally not vegan? Aries, Leo, and Cancer is the next one. These next door neighbor signs share one trait. They both love to be adored. If, as lovers, they can switch roles and agree who gets the adoring today, the sexual combo can work. Leo is ruled by the sun and Cancer is ruled by the moon. These celestial objects embody masculine protection and feminine nurturing principles respectively, and a Leo man and Cancer woman may feel they owe it to themselves to explore this polarity. After a time, the elements fire and water between these two signs wear on each other. If the relationship doesn't move into a romance and then a partnership, the sex will lose its kick. Leo and Leo. Now you'd think those two would be made for each other, right? Right? In between each Leo's roar, there is hot sex and a lot of fun. But understand that both people are vying for the other's undivided attention. Unless one Leo likes to give attention because that is the way they feel sexiest, this is not very usual. These two cannot stand a low worshipping quotient for very long. In other words, although they communicate well in bed, their relationship usually resembles a competition and fizzles. Leo and Virgo. Fire and earth are their respective elements, and although these two come from different worlds, Virgo soothes a Leo's need for attention and adoration. Virgo is a service-oriented sign, and Leo loves to be serviced sexually, romantically, and personally. Happens every time. Leo fires Virgo's somewhat pedestrian imagination, and he loves the way Virgo puts herself together. The understated, classy look. So, my mother is a Virgo, right? So, as I just read this, it just made me think of all of her classy as fuck outfits. Like all the knit dresses that she made herself. I still remember the one she had when I was like 11-ish. It was magenta colored and it was very flashy. And it was just, you could see it from miles away. It was that kind of a color. Then I also remember, oh yeah, she's also a clothing hoarder. She hoards clothing. She can never let go of anything. Even if she hasn't worn it in 10 years because she can't fit into it for anything in the world. Itchy. Her wardrobe was always filled with very flashy stuff. And she liked to borrow my stuff as well, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like it's weird for a mother to want to wear her daughter's clothing. Is that weird? Yeah, I don't know. She only bought me stuff that she wanted to wear as well, but yeah, more of her classy looks. Probably the classiest by far was the high ponytails that she did. Like, she always had a ponytail right on top of here, on top of her head, and she would always puff it out like a kind of fern or something. I think she was going for a palm tree, but her hair is really thin and weak, so it came out looking like a fern instead. Oh, and who could forget her head to toe pink outfits, but the pink was mismatched, which means she had like a pink jacket, a pink dress, pink shoes, and a pink bag, but they're all different shades of pink. And then hair accessories, if she had any, were also a different shade of pink. So that's how that went. So my mother is like the one, probably the most impactful example I have of a Virgo in my life. So very classy indeed. Couldn't stand it. And I don't know, she thought, I feel like she's kind of stuck in her teens with her fashion sense, and it's not a good look. Her hair colors too. She dyed her hair blonde when I was a small child. I couldn't have been older than 5. So I knew her with blonde hair, and one time I went to the playground outside of our building complex, and my mom went to pick me up, right? But I was very anxious, introverted child, constantly watching out for people approaching me because I know I wouldn't be able to protect myself. So I thought the best I could do was run as fast as I can, and suddenly I just saw from like far away this lady approaching me, and I'm just like, okay, who is this? Do I know them? Do they know me? And I was getting really panicky, and I was just staring at them like, and then when she was close enough that I could hear her, she was like, hey honey, don't you remember me? Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, wait, is this Mom? Because she came out and she had dyed her hair a different color, and it was all red, and but no, like it was purple. It was like this cherry purple color, and I didn't recognize her at all. So there's kind of a fail right there. And even as she picked me up, I was just like, are you really my mom? That was a fun story, yeah. Anyway, Leo and Virgo, was it? Leo can feel his insecurities, have protection when Virgo is around, as she is likely to feel insecure too. Because of Virgo's flexibility, this combination can work. Then, Leo gets to be the star. Leo and Libra. Fire and air and a love of romance and sexual drama bring these two signs together. Their sex life is hot, and usually they are both so good looking that they attract each other easily. With the sun, Leo, shining on Venus, Libra, there are infinite opportunities for sexy connections. Leo is the more adventuresome partner, but has such style that she may lead Libra into situations, positions, and practices that he never imagined. Leo makes him feel comfortable and a little naughty at the same time. This is a hot winning combo. Leo and Scorpio. What to say? These two fixed signs have the astrological challenge of being square to each other. In astrological terms, that means that they do not come together. However, in sexual terms, they may come together just hunky-dory because each gets off on the other's sexiness. They are powerhouse signs, and Leo will enjoy trying to get Scorpio to acknowledge his majesty. Leo is overt, and Scorpio is covert, and exploring all the ramifications of this duality makes for a hot, intense, unusual, passionate sex. Front side, back side, oral sex, and sex toys are all possible with these two warriors. Out of the bedroom, these signs may not have anything in common and may quarrel about everything. If an argument is a prelude to sex, it will fuel both lovers. But if it involves deciding which color the couch should be, it becomes extremely tiring. I can imagine. Angry sex is good sex. Leo and Sagittarius. Fire and fire and the Sun and Jupiter rule these signs respectively and make this combination hot and open-hearted. Together they have good-natured sex free from insecurities and much contact with the darker side of each person's nature. Both these signs are very physical and enjoy athletic sex. The sole drawback for Leo is the Sagittarian tendency towards blunt comments. Leo needs compliments to get and keep the motors going, and Sagittarius is incapable of glossing over what she sees as the truth. So when Sagittarius says, "Your hair looked better yesterday," she may not realize that it will take Leo a while to recover from this assault. And the result may mean no hanky-panky for a while. Oh wow. Fact. Leo is the most generous sign of the zodiac. Giving gifts, treating each other to dinner, and being hospitable are all necessary parts of a sexual connection. A Leo man may occasionally have a one-night stand, but usually sex is within the context of a relationship. He requires a lover who will be equally gracious and hold up her end of the social contract. There's not that many left to go. So yummy. Leo and Capricorn. The first sentence. The first sentence is great. Get this. The Sun and the Goat have issues. Okay. Some of them can be solved in the bedroom, and some will not ever go away. This fire and earth combination can get together because they both enjoy status, social functions, and the world of passion. There is solid sexual energy between these two and a love of ambitious sex. Leo is more playful than the Capricorn and wants to fool around with foreplay before diving into the main event. The issue between these two is timing. Leo is quick and Capricorn is slow. After a few weeks, the discrepancies here will become a drag and override the good sex that may have gotten these two people together in the first place. The good bank account / security issue is a powerful stimulant between Leo and Capricorn, but over time Leo will not be able to shine brightly with Capricorn's serious character. Leo and Aquarius. These two are powerfully attracted to each other and can be a hot and successful combination for the short term. It's because opposites attract. Yeah, Leo and Aquarius are opposing each other in the chart. They're like right across from each other. Part of the charge is their very different expectations in life. Leo is all about me, and Aquarius is all about the group. As each sign woos the other to their way of thinking, they find lots to keep them busy in the bedroom. Leo works to get Aquarius to acknowledge her wonderfulness, and Aquarius works to capture Leo's fire ardor and warmth. They warm each other. When Aquarius brings other friends into the relationship, not necessarily sexually, Leo gets jealous and realizes that she is not the one and only. This is the point where the signs may agree to part, but in the meantime, they have fun. Leo and Pisces. Leo likes Pisces' otherworldly, fantasy-oriented charm. The fish's very elusiveness lures him into a hazy, romantic world that promises delights. Leo feels protective towards Pisces, and that brings out her more sensitive side, sexually speaking. This is a tender connection, where Leo may not feel she has to prove herself because Pisces accepts her as she is. Both signs enjoy wine and other stimulants. That's a cute way of saying both signs are really into drugs. Pisces may require these to keep up with Leo, and over time, Leo will want a more solid, less emotional lover. Who would have thought, right? Okay, so here goes into the sex planet. Mars and Venus. Do you know your Mars and Venus signs? I believe my Mars is in Aquarius, and I got Venus in Pisces. Some people say that what sign your Venus is in somehow relates to the kind of beauty that you represent, I guess. Me having a Venus in Pisces means, supposedly, that I have really gorgeous feet. I know, it's the most useful thing ever, right? I've never heard anybody say, oh my god, she has such beautiful feet, she must be the one. Yeah, I don't think I want to hear anybody say that to me ever. Yeah, I mean, would you? To learn more about yourself and your lover, consult Appendix B to see where Venus and Mars are located in your or your lover's chart. Knowing this position will give you even more information about what he or she finds hot and exciting. Or you could just ask them. They could probably tell you. Maybe that's just me. Okay, if you have your Mars in Leo, that says this. Energetic Mars is well placed in flashy, fiery Leo. People with this placement are born showmen and enjoying making a big deal of everything they do. Seduction is a big deal, and sex is an even bigger deal. There may be a small tendency to exaggerate sexual prowess and success with this placement. Men may boast of ladies they have bedded, and women will casually refer to their list of conquests. This is all on the surface of increasing importance and desirability. Mars in Leo does not mean a man must lie. He just likes the feeling of being important. Fact: concentrate on the soft hair between the eyebrows or on a downy cheek. It's a subtle feeling, but one that Mars in Leo appreciates. This placement loves mirrors. He checks himself out on every mirror he passes, enjoys special mirrors in the bedroom for visual enhancement, and may carry a pocket mirror in case insecurity threatens. The insecurity comes because of Mars and Leo's tendency to exaggerate. He loves mirrors because seeing his reflection grounds him and assures him that he is as good looking and desirable as he believes himself to be. The good news for Mars and Leo is that the mirrors usually don't lie. Unless you have body dysmorphia. Well, that's a different story. Venus in Leo. Men and women with this placement love beauty and the arts. They dream big and pay attention to their homes with an eye for beauty and also to impress. Columns on the front porch or a gazebo in the backyard give Venus and Leo the feeling of the estate they feel they belong in. Sexually, these people are flirts and teasers. Venus in Leo has a lot of pride, and it is wrapped up in sexual prowess and conquest. Playing around means giving rise to all manner of fantasy and wildness. She likes to dominate a sexual relationship until it gets serious. If the fling becomes a commitment, the woman will become demure and kittenish, and the man almost Tarzan-like. A commitment means having a stake in society, and Venus in Leo wants that to be respectable. That's fair. So that's all it said about Leo. What did you think? I know. It's quite entertaining. It's not the kind of psychology you read, astrology you read every day. I suppose there is some psychology in it too. But it's quite fun. So, which one do you want to hear about next? Red. You are right. We haven't finished reading the Aries matches last time before it got too late. I can read them for you. Cheeky. Well, you can't blame people for curiosity. So, I read Aries and Taurus last time, I remember that. Here's Aries and Aries. A bonfire of passion. These two fire signs are good matches and make energetic lovers. They can keep up with each other and understand impetuous desires. The only drawback is that you will have to agree to alternate being the leader. If one time she is dominant and the next it is the male Aries, then each of your me-first inclinations are honored. Also, two Aries together may butt heads over the smallest things, and it is difficult for either to give in. But settling these differences can be wild fun. Then here, Aries and Gemini. Fire and air combined with a leadership cardinal sign and a changeable, mutable sign. The cardinal is Aries, the mutable is Gemini. Mean infinite sexual variety. The combination of these signs might exhaust anyone else because they spin off each other so well. Aries will be glad to lead Gemini into a hot affair, and Gemini will be happy to follow. Both signs are fearless sexual experimenters and believe in physical fun. The signs match each other in playfulness, but Aries is the more passionate sign. Unfortunately, Gemini can fool Aries into thinking she is in love when she is tricking him. Oops, I did it again. That's what that reminds me of. Aries and Cancer. Fire, Aries, can make water, Cancer, boil. But water can also put out the fire. This is a not so hot combination because the sexual energy of each sign requires very different stimuli. Aries is of the moment, and Cancer wants a steady stream of past history to feel comfortable enough to be intimate. It's basically like asking for a resume. For sex based on aggression, this combination works for a while, but the two signs don't really harmonize. Aries thinks Cancer is too much work, and Cancer thinks Aries is too insensitive. Essential. If you have gotten to first base with an Aries man, keep the sense of pursuit going. The chase is always part of the sexual merry-go-round that the Aries man enjoys. Aries and Leo. A happy trine or pairing of red and yellow fire. Aries and Leo complement each other because they are of the same element. There is an inherent competition with these two signs. Aries says, me first. Leo says, look at me. And unless they really work hard, the competition extends into bed. Someone has to give in. Usually it will be Leo because she will feel it is the magnanimous thing to do. This combo is good for short, hot affairs, and once everything is cooking, a long-term relationship could easily follow. Aries and Virgo. That's me and my mother. This is an irritating combination that leaves neither sign satisfied. The elements are fire and earth, but the culprit that makes Aries and Virgo not so hot is their very different needs. Virgo needs careful, detailed planning, and Aries hates anything that smacks of schedule and routine. A late night affair at the office might be an exciting experience, but more than that will frustrate both sides. Virgo will get off on trying to organize Aries, and Aries will delight in upsetting Virgo's carefully laid plans. This is a search and destroy mission, rather than a coming together. Well, the last sentence is basically childhood. Okay. Aries and Libra. The opposites of fire and air here definitely attract each other. This is a sexy affair and a relationship with growth potential if both partners want to mature. It is not a given that Aries and Libra will take up the challenge. Aries says me, and Libra says we. You can understand the dichotomy between those two positions. Although each fans the other's flames, there is conflict. But their planetary rulers, Mars and Venus, are the archetypical male and female planets, and that makes for good sex and lots of creative sparks. Sparks. Aries and Libra could spend a long time battling this one out, with a lot of good times in the sack in the meantime. Aries and Scorpio. I can tell you this is not going to work out. This is a hot, maybe too hot combo. Even though their elements of fire and water are different, Aries and Scorpio can go where most people don't dare to go. They can be fearless sexual warriors, and neither will shrink from a challenge sexually. If Aries wants whips, Scorpio says let's try chains. If Scorpio says let's do it in the shower, Aries says why not the pool? The one-upmanship between these signs means lots of creative and possibly kinky sex. Not every Aries and Scorpio is a sexual titan, but the explosive potential exists. These signs like to explore dominance and submission. After a time, an affair between these signs usually doesn't have legs, because it's too yang. Girl, you ain't got no legs. Fact. A particularly enjoyable scent for Aries women is the peppery scent of geranium. That and the smell of fresh ginger will get all her juices flowing. That's promising. Note to self, buy fresh ginger. Aries and Sagittarius. These two signs make good-natured lovers. They both are fire signs, and each helps the other feel expansive. They meet with their considerable enthusiasm for life and lust, and are happy to play together. Aries may be the leader, but Sagittarius rarely feels dominated. If Sagittarius doesn't like something, he just gets on his horse and goes. Aries respects Sagittarius' policy of zero tolerance to compromise in life. Like Sagittarius' built-in BS meter and wants to behave exactly the same. Both signs like motion and the opportunity to be sexual in different environments. They don't take life too seriously, and that translates into good bedroom fun. Long term, their greatest asset is that each knows how to prevent boredom. Aries and Capricorn. This combo is lusty, but difficult. If you narrow your focus to just what happens between the sheets, Aries and Capricorn can have a very good time. They are leadership signs with very different planetary rulers, Mars and Saturn. But think about the ram and the goat. Each is a randy animal. The area of conflict is rhythm and decorum. Aries does not like to spend long sessions exploring another's anatomy. He goes for the gold and then moves on. And Aries does not care who knows or sees his sexual inclinations toward the goat. I can confirm this. He is impetuous and wants to flaunt his flame. I tend to do that a lot. Doesn't work super well with somebody with a moon in Virgo, or anything in Virgo, or any Virgo in general. Don't pay Aries and Virgo in any situation. That's the moral of that story. Yeah. Saturn wants to fit in with the world, and Aries is interested in leading the world. Keep this love affair secret if you can, and it will be hot for a while. Aries and Aquarius. Fire and air are usually hot together, and it is true that these two signs can excite each other. This is not one of the all-time hot combos, because Aries is so personally oriented, and Aquarius so group-oriented. Aries does not get the detached coolness of Aquarius, and may spend fruitless nights trying to arouse him into the ardor that is the life's breath for Aries. It doesn't work. That reminds me of my mom's game. Well, that didn't work. Have I told you the story about how my mom upset a computer game? It was hilarious. She was playing on her laptop in her bedroom, and she had the doors open all the time. My mom's like a cat. All doors have to be open at all times. She will be so unimpressed if you lock doors. I got in trouble for that so many times. There's like no privacy. Virgo's all up in your business all the time. But I was trying to sleep, right? Because it was the middle of the night. And I could hear her playing her games from her room. And she was playing this kind of like, I guess, hidden object puzzle type game. And it was kind of funny listening to that out of context and all. First it goes like, here kitty kitty. A few minutes later it goes like, Francis, that's dangerous. And it was on English, so I don't think my mom understood very well. But she was playing this puzzle game because I could hear like shuffling sounds. She was trying to put something together or something, and it wasn't working. And the computer's voice kept saying like, "Well, that didn't work." And she, I don't know what, but she, it was so funny. I could hear her clicking about on her mouse, just being like, click, 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 click. Well, that didn't work. Click, 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 click. Well, that didn't work. Click, 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 click. Well, that didn't work. And then she gets confused and can't figure out why she can't figure it out, right? And she's like, what is wrong with this game? This doesn't make any sense. But why? I have everything that was my mother's attitude to life. Like, it's always somebody else's fault because she's flawless. It's like, I got everything I need. Why is this not working? This is supposed to fit in there. As if she made the game, you know what I mean? It's just so funny. Because she gets frustrated and the computer gets frustrated. It's like, well, that didn't work. Click, click, click. That's so funny, but this is the only way it could possibly fit. Click, 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 click. And then the computer voice got so mad. Yeah. It's like, I don't get this at all. Click, 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 click. And the computer goes, it didn't work. I almost died laughing. I burst out of laughter. She yells from the other room, what's so funny? It was hilarious. It was one of the best moments I had at home. My favorite stories to tell. It didn't work. Okay. Back to, where were we? That was so much fun. I forgot where I left off. I read Aries and Capricorn. I read that much. It doesn't work. Okay, that's where I got this. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry, here we go. Between these two signs, passion can be momentarily hot because they both understand erratic impulses. But the lack of consistency between the two is a turn on. At the end of the night, the creative spark is not hot enough to make a good combination for long. Aries and Pisces. The next door neighbor signs are in different elements, fire and water. They can work together because Aries compensates for Pisces' lack of vigor with Pisces. Getting tired of talking. I'll finish this chapter and then we can go do something else. What do you say? That's good. Okay. There. Yeah. Aries compensates for Pisces' lack of vigor. Aries likes leading Pisces into the nitty-gritty of physical passion. Pisces has her own way of being sexual, but it is not hot and sweaty like Aries. The two can tease and tickle each other, and it will work because they come from different planets. However, in the long run, it's no-go between the fish and the ram. One is on land, the other in the sea. Then there's the Mars and Venus in Aries. It's not that much more. 6 planets, Mars and Venus. To get the full scoop on sexual chemistry, consult the appendices on the back of this book and find out where Mars and Venus are for you and your lover. Considering these, as well as the sun sign, will increase your understanding of a lover's and your own libido. Let's see, 1990 is the very last page of the appendix. How old is this book? It says it was sold in 2007. Genre New Age. Right. Yeah, Mars in Aquarius. Took me a while to figure out how to read this. Venus in Pisces, correct. I'll just go ahead and check for someone else. 90. 78, okay. Mars and Leo. Ooh, we just read that. And Venus in Gemini. Venus in Gemini. Gonna keep an eye out for that later. Okay. Mars is the ruler in Aries. The energy flows red hot and is very assertive. The sign placement must be physical, either with sports or a bedroom Olympics. There are usually great shows of passion and directed pursuit toward the object of his affection and desire. Consistency is not a usual mood. Mars and Aries cannot bear to be frustrated. That is so true. Wait, Mars isn't even an Aries. I'm an Aries, but I can relate. Cannot bear to be frustrated and has no patience in dealing with long, laborious negotiations, either for business or sex. "Let's get going" is his favorite phrase, and he can be so fired up that he doesn't notice that he's stepping on someone's toes. When he does realize there's an issue, he will apologize profusely, but not slow down. Sexually speaking, Mars and Aries will love hot, quick sex in a variety of settings. If the notion strikes him in the midst of a ball game, he will start looking for a convenient nook or cranny. "Why wait?" he says to himself, and if you feel daring, it will be a hot encounter. If you're not interested, he will pursue you at first, but you won't persist if he's definitely rejected. But remember, until he knows that no means no sex for him, he will just keep going. That's what it said last time. This happens to me every time I'm around people. My nose gets so unbearably itchy, and I don't know, I think I'm allergic to people. That's probably just my anxiety. Okay, yeah, essential. Mars in Aries loves caps and hats. Give them as gifts and play sexy games with different hats. Commemorate occasions in your romance with a monogrammed baseball cap. Favorite colors, of course, lean toward the reds. Mars in Aries may be prone to rash decisions and is very temperamental. He has a bad habit of picking fights for the pleasure of asserting his power. He may never duke it out with someone, but will argue a point on principle until he feels he has won. If this talent is on the side of truth and justice, it is a formidable foe. But if it is in search of getting a hot, fresh cup of coffee, it is terribly misplaced. Venus in Aries. This planetary position sparkles with fireworks and sex appeal. There is a rugged strength to people with this position. Women are pals as well as lovers, and are usually very athletic. They can be good tap dancers. If you want her to tap dance all over your body, the lure of adventure and fun is a powerful aphrodisiac. She will almost swagger when she walks, and will have very few inhibitions about expressing desire. Alas, as with all Aries placement, consistency is not her strong point. Unless she is constantly stimulated sexually, mentally, and emotionally, she is a hard one to keep burning for you. If this is a turn-on for her partner, expect lots of late-night romps and impromptu afternoons. Fact: the smell of garlic may not be a great turn-on, but using it in cooking will fan Aries' fires. If you hate the smell on your breath, eat some parsley and it'll vanish. Did you hear that? No reason to hate on something as delicious as garlic. Unless you're a vampire. But then you're just perpetuating stereotypes that aren't even true. A woman with this placement may find that the outside world may need some time to get used to her assertive manner. She may grow up feeling she doesn't fit in because she doesn't feel very girly. Reminds me of my cousin. Maybe she has Venus in Aries or something, but I used to hang out with her when we were young, occasionally, up until I was like 11. And she would tell me like, I feel so out of place, like I'm not like the other girls, and I was just there like, what do you mean you're not like other girls? You're like the ideal of what a girl should be like. Because she's a Libra. So, I really looked up to her. And then she's like, no, I'm so different. And I'm just like, you're clearly a girl to me. I wasn't very hopeful. Yeah. Feeling like you don't fit in with other members of your own sex is not a pleasant feeling. Which for me it was, it didn't fit in anywhere, so. Nobody loves you, nobody Nobody wants you. Nobody cares what you think. That, yeah, that sums up how I felt. Oh, it's Snake River Conspiracy. I don't think they exist anymore, but I still listen to their albums on YouTube, so. Well, they have one album. They made a really good cover of How Soon Is Now. And then they have unreleased songs, which I like better than the popular ones even. I have the How Soon Is Now cover on my phone. It's really nice. It's different, it's kind of more progressive. I like it. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, an occupation that allows her to express herself physically will help in this regard. Finding a partner who can match her energy will not be difficult. The difficulty is keeping her interested. Venus and Mars' sign is not an easy fit, but it certainly can be exciting. Oh, that was it already. Wow, we're already through. What did you think about those Aries matches? Super interesting, right? Yeah. I would love to read more for you at the next party. But I agree, we should go and settle on what's for dinner and maybe find a show or a movie to watch. Yeah, let's get all cozy over there on the couch and see where the evening leads. Oh, you're so cute. I love you so much, and I love hanging out with you. So, why don't you go and make yourself comfortable, and I will clean up a bit and then join you. Yeah, you can use my laptop to find something to watch. Okay. Alright.